series of press conferences today. You understand elections are just 5 days away, so we'll keep each other very busy. A very startling revelation that we have to make today is the party which rules Karnataka at least till the 13th of May, and the party which is ruling over India till May next year, BJP, denies the birthplace of Lord Hanuman in Karnataka. They don't do it anywhere else. They do it in the parliament, which is the temple of democracy, where you are not supposed to say anything which is not right. Who does it? It is done by the minister, the then Minister of Culture, Mr. Sanganna Amarappa, who is MP from Koppal. When there is a dispute going on between Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka over the birthplace of Lord Hanuman. We want to expose the double speak of the BJP. On the one hand, the Prime Minister says Bajrangbali ki jai, and they are suddenly reminded of Lord Hanuman. On the other hand, they go and deny the existence, the birth of Lord Hanuman in Karnataka. Look at the hypocrisy. Therefore, we are not surprised when they compare Bajrangbali with Bajrang Dal. It's a habit of insulting the devotees of Lord Hanuman. The fact that Lord Hanuman was born on Anjana Hill in Anegundi near Hampi, they could not even create a committee, constitute a committee to finalize and end this dispute between two states. Here again they have gone against the interests of Karnataka. Why? We want to know. I will remind you, in 2017, again from the floor of the House, the then Union Minister for Culture, Mr. Mahesh Sharma, when he was asked about the birthplace of goddess Sita Mata, he said in a written reply, and I have enclosed that reply here. He says that birthplace of Sita is a matter of faith. Here is the reply. The birthplace of Sita is a matter of faith which does not rely on direct evidence. This is BJP Minister Mahesh Sharma saying that the birthplace of Sita is a matter of faith. It does not rely on direct evidence. I am attaching this with my press release. You will be shocked when you go through this. They negate the belief of crores of devotees of Goddess Sita. And here is the response of the then Union Minister for Culture, Mr. Sanganna Amarappa. This is the response on the birthplace of Lord Hanuman. Today, just for votes, look at what they are doing here. Just for votes, they are stooping so low that they are comparing Bajrang Dal with hoodlums of Bajrang Dal with Bajrangbali. Can you believe this? PM spoke about Bajrangbali. He's been chanting the name of Lord Hanuman in all his rallies. If his party believes in Lord Hanuman, why did he not establish that Lord Hanuman was indeed born in Karnataka? We ask, why this belated attempt to appropriate Lord Hanuman? Why did the central government not intervene between Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh? Is it not an attempt again to demean the interests of this state, of this beautiful state? BJP says that the birthplace of any lord is a matter of faith. If that is the case, then why do they use them to garner votes? This is our second question. Why are they disregarding the existence of gods and goddesses? Do they only need and use the names of gods and goddesses during elections? Your questions, please. People of Karnataka would be shocked at this, that their own MP from Koppal goes to Delhi and from the floor of the house undermines the claims of Karnataka, the faith of Karnataka, the birthplace of Lord Hanuman in Karnataka. Your questions, please.
Sir, what do you think? What is the necessary for BJP at this point of to make comments and telling people to chant the Hanuman Chalisa?
You all know what is the reason. The reason is they can see the writing on the wall. They can see that their claims stand exposed. The 40% Sarkara has stuck. The 5 guarantees of the Congress party are finding a lot of favor with the 6.5 crore people of Karnataka. Therefore, they are worried. And now, as a last resort, they are bringing up issues which expose their own doublespeak, their own hypocrisy.
Do you think this controversy will negative impact on Congress, particularly in coastal Karnataka?
No. We've got some snap survey done in which people are only across the state, including coastal Karnataka, they are only talking about 40% commission, corruption of the BJP, distraction by the BJP from one issue to another, and the 5 guarantees. The recall of 5 guarantees is the maximum. We had a set of 4 questions. The maximum recall across the state, including the coastal Karnataka, till yesterday, I'm talking about the survey ended yesterday, it was a 3-day survey, was the 5 guarantees. The number 2 recall was the 40% Sarkara. The number 3 recall was the Bharat Jodo Yatra. We were very surprised. People are still talking about the Bharat Jodo Yatra. So the impact of the Bharat Jodo Yatra can be, the ripples can be felt and seen even now. And I think the Bharat Jodo Yatra has contributed in a manner that people, the way they perceive politics and the way they perceive political parties and their messaging has transformed and transformed decisively. Therefore, issues raised by the BJP are not finding much favor with the voter. Actually, the survey should have been a separate press conference, as I realize.
सर, आज शाम को जो होने वाला है, सब जगह उन्होंने विनती की है कि जो भी मंत्री बीएसपी बदल में जहाँ भी है, उनका सारे मीटिंग आज पठन करेंगे। आपको लगता है स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लान है ये सबका?
आज शाम को क्या होने वाला है वो तो ठीक है, कल रात को क्या हुआ ये सुनिए। What happened last night in Delhi is also equally important, more important actually. कल रात को जंतर मंतर पे बरसात हो रही थी, इसलिए खिलाड़ी जो वहां धरना दे रहे हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एक सांसद के शोषण के खिलाफ, वो पलंग ला रहे थे ताकि वो गीला सड़क पर नहीं सोएं। उनके साथ पुलिस ने बदतमीजी की, मारपीटी की, एक खिलाड़ी का सर फोड़ दिया, बजरंग पुनिया, बजरंग बली का नाम लेते हैं, बजरंग पुनिया का सर फोड़ दिया, उनको मारा। पुलिस ने जिस तरह की बदतमीजी वहां की, तो आज शाम को वो क्या कर रहे हैं, वो तो कल रात को ही एक्सपोज हो गए ये लोग। दे गॉट एक्सपोज लास्ट नाइट when they went about beating wrestlers, our gold medalists, pride of our nation, those girls who are fighting against exploitation by a powerful BJP LP were roughed up by the Delhi police last night. So what they are doing today doesn't matter, doesn't mean anything. You have to walk the talk. You can't go about beating people up. One of the players who was beaten up there was Bajrang Punia. And they are talking about Bajrang Dal here. I want to remind you all I suddenly remembered. 2009, Goa. Mr. Parikar was the chief minister. He banned Ram Sena. 9 and then 14 it was again extended. So, was it an insult of Lord Ram? What is the Prime Minister talking about? For God's sake, he is the Prime Minister of this largest democracy of India. And this is the level. So if BJP betrays Shiv Sena in Maharashtra, is it an insult to Lord Shiva? What is this? If the BJP attacks Mr. Ashok Gehlot in Rajasthan, Lord Buddha's greatest disciple was Ashoka. Is it an insult to Lord Buddha? What kind of logic are we resorting to? If Hemanta Biswa Sarma sends his police to arrest me, my name is Pawan, is it an insult to Lord Hanuman? No, this is illogical to the core. So my question to the BJP is, will you apologize to all the devotees of Lord Shiva because you betrayed Shiv Sena? I mean, come on. We are sitting in a state which has one of the highest literacy figures. Why are you trying to fool everyone?
जी मेरा सवाल ये है कि रेस्टलर्स लगातार करीब एक हफ्ते से प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं और कल बदसलूकी भी उनके साथ हुई है, धक्का मुक्की हुई है। कर्नाटक में भी रेस्टलर्स बहुत आते हैं, ये यहाँ भी बहुत ज्यादा रेस्टलर्स का फेमस है, यहाँ से भी पहलवान निकलते हैं, राष्ट्रीय पदक पे नाम कमाते हैं। कितना बड़ा असर जो रेस्टलर्स पे हुआ है कर्नाटक चुनाव पे?
देखिए, चुनाव पे क्या असर होता है, मुझे लगता है हम सबकी प्राथमिकता ये नहीं होनी चाहिए। कल नींद किसको आई होगी जिसने भी टीवी पर वो नजारा देखा? किसी को आई नींद? आहत है सब, पूरा देश स्तब्ध है, कर्नाटक हैरान है। यह स्थिति कर दी आपने उन लोगों की जो आपके लिए मेडल जीत कर लाती है। और जिस व्यक्ति, जिस भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सांसद के खिलाफ यह आंदोलन हो रहा है, वो बेशर्मी से कहता है कि प्रधानमंत्री मुझे एक बार कह दे मैं इस्तीफा दे दूंगा। क्यों नहीं कह रहे प्रधानमंत्री उनको इस्तीफा देने? क्या डर है प्रधानमंत्री को? डरते हैं तो बताएं कि मैं डरता हूं। रोज आप हवाई अड्डे आते हो, दिल्ली के हवाई अड्डे आते हो कर्नाटक आने के लिए, क्या रास्ते में रोक नहीं सकते 15 मिनट? उन पहलवानों से मिल लीजिए, उनको ढाढ़स बंधवाइए, उनको वादा कीजिए कि इंक्वायरी कराऊंगा। ये नहीं कर सकते आप प्रधानमंत्री हैं, आपकी जिम्मेदारी है अपने सब बच्चों की रक्षा करना। The daughters of India are sitting, protesting. Middle of the night, you go and beat them up. You are the guardian of every single Indian as Prime Minister. And the man against whom this protest is going on is a powerful MP of BJP, shamelessly claims that if the Prime Minister advises me to resign, I'll resign. Why is the Prime Minister not advising him to resign? We ask him. And we expect a response on this holy land of Karnataka today from the Prime Minister. Yes, profound question.
Yes, I am going to come back to that. We've seen that the number of candidates today from 2018 to 23 with criminal backgrounds has gone up considerably. The ADR has done a report which says that the BJP, Congress and JDS have all today fielded candidates with serious criminal backgrounds, including rape and murder charges.
We'll have to do a detailed study of this report, which frankly I have not had the time to. I've heard about this report, also seen some excerpts of the report, but I haven't got the time yet to completely read the report. Without reading the report, if I give you a response, it would be half-baked and it will definitely not do justice to the detailed report, which must have got a lot of effort into it.
So we won't talk about the statistics in the report. The fact is that parties today are fielding candidates with serious criminal backgrounds, irrespective of how many.
No, I agree. No, but numbers definitely matter. Also, an analytical response is a better response. Let us first do a detailed study, the nature of those crimes, how serious are those crimes, and then we can come up with a response which would, I think, then do justice. जी, पत्रिका जी कुछ पूछना चाह रहे थे? कोई बात नहीं, इसलिए
बीजेपी का जो नारा है कि वोट देते समय जय बजरंग बली बोले, आपका क्या नारा है?
भगवान को हमेशा याद रखना चाहिए, लेकिन वोट देने के बाद 5 साल तक लोग कान पकड़ के सोचें भगवान का नाम लेकर कि ये क्या गलती कर दी, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। 40% सरकारा एक ऐसा नारा है जो लोगों के जहन में चिपक गया। भ्रष्टाचार इस राज्य में हर जगह दिख रहा है। पिछले 4 साल में क्या हुआ, लोग 5 गारंटीज को दिमाग में रट चुके हैं, उन्हें मालूम है कि उन्हें क्या चाहिए। कोई भी सरकार, कोई भी पार्टी चुनाव से 1 दिन 2 दिन पहले भगवान के नाम पर आपसे वोट मांगे और चुनाव के बाद आपको भी भूल जाए, भगवान को भी भूल जाए, सब कुछ भूल जाए, ऐसी पार्टी को कोई बर्दाश्त करेगा नहीं। मैंने अभी मेरी प्रेस वार्ता में, शायद आप नहीं आए थे तब, बताया था कि कैसे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अपने कोप्पल, यहां की लोकसभा के सांसद संगन्ना अमरप्पा, जो कि उस वक्त केंद्रीय मंत्री थे, सांस्कृतिक मंत्री, उन्होंने प्रश्न के उत्तर में लोकसभा में कहा, उनसे पूछा गया कि भगवान हनुमान का जन्म कर्नाटक में हुआ था या आंध्रा में, ये एक विवाद चल रहा है, इस पर आपको क्या कहना है, सरकार को क्या कहना है। तो उन्होंने एक तरह से भगवान हनुमान के अस्तित्व को ही नकार दिया। कर्नाटक के हितों के खिलाफ उन्होंने जवाब दिया कि हम इसमें नहीं पड़ेंगे, सरकार इसमें कुछ नहीं कहेगी, विवाद बढ़ने दो, कर्नाटक का अधिकार छीनो, ये एक तरह से बात की। तो जो भगवान हनुमान के अस्तित्व को नकार दे, इलेक्शन के वक्त वो वोट से पहले बजरंग बली की जय कहे, उनका असली चेहरा सबके सामने है। इससे पहले 2017 में महेश शर्मा संस्कृति मंत्री थे, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ही सांसद हैं। उन्हें जब पूछा गया माता सीता की जन्मस्थली के बारे में, तो उन्होंने जवाब दिया कि सीता माता एक काल्पनिक हैं और उनके ऊपर हम ये नहीं कह सकते कहां उनका जन्म हुआ था। सोचिए, जब भगवान के अस्तित्व को आप काल्पनिक कहते हैं, फिर आप वोट मांगने जब जाएं, फिर भगवान का नाम लेते हैं। भगवान बचाए आपसे इस प्रदेश को।
Mr. Veerappa Moily, very senior Congress leader, has, when questioned about the manifesto, where it mentions that it may go up to including a ban on Bajrang Dal as PFI, he says that there was never a proposal at all in its first days to ban Bajrang Dal.
No, proposal will not come to a party. Proposal will come to the government whenever the government is formed, right? So I don't see why you are trying to look for a contradiction here. Our manifesto is very clear. I mean, I can only read English, so I can tell you in English. Individuals and organizations, if they are found violating the law of the land and the constitution, will be dealt with sternly, including a ban in case required. So, where is the contradiction? If these organizations or any other organization or any individual is found wanting in terms of following the law, adhering to the law of the land, of course action will be taken. Shouldn't it be taken? So we are very clear about it. The proposal can't come to a political party. The proposal will come to the government when we form the government. Right?
Right, sir. He's saying that there is no plan at all. Even if you do form the government, there isn't a plan to ban Bajrang.
It's a very clear language in our manifesto in English. In case they are found to be violating the law of the land and the constitution, they will be dealt with firmly, including XYZ. Right? So, in case, the functional word is in case. So I don't know why the BJP is hopping mad, I mean, for no reason. The fact that they are hopping mad shows that they admit that they belong to that category which violates the law of the land and constitution. Very clear. But if you don't violate the law and the constitution, you are safe. Why are you worried? Only those would be worried who are violating the law and the constitution. Why aren't they jumping? Shows guilt. Shows admission of guilt. And none other than the Prime Minister of India, is admitting the guilt of Bajrang Dal. Can you imagine the joke?
So you stand by the manifesto. If
That is,
any organization
if they are found violating,
you will be banned.
they'll be absolutely.
पवन जी, बीजेपी को आपका मैनिफेस्टो बुरा लगा है क्योंकि बजरंगबली का नाम और बजरंग दल का नाम लोग आपको दिया है, वो आपके मैनिफेस्टो को जलाना शुरू कर दिया है। उनके नेता आपके मैनिफेस्टो को जला रहे हैं, तो क्या आप लोग मैनिफेस्टो के बारे में
भाई उनके पास इतना पैसा है कि हमारा प्रचार भी वही कर रहे हैं, तो हमें तो और अच्छी बात है। हमारी गारंटीज के विषय में भी प्रधानमंत्री बात कर रहे हैं, हमारे मैनिफेस्टो का प्रचार प्रधानमंत्री कर रहे हैं, तो होना भी चाहिए। अभी तो एडीआर के बारे में इन्होंने एक सवाल पूछा, एडीआर ने तो यह भी बताया होगा कि कितना पैसा किसको मिलता है चुनाव में, तो जिसको मिलता है वो प्रचार करे हर पार्टी का।